Won't you tell me where I've gone astray? Please answer me, oh Lord. He was mine yesterday. I believed that love was here to stay. In my sorrows now I turn to you. Please answer me, oh Lord. If he's happier without me, I'll try not to care. But if he still thinks about me, please let him hear my prayer. Let him know I'll be true. Send him back so we can start anew. In my sorrows, now I turn to you. Please answer me, oh Lord. Answer.
I welcome you all into our big area of Sophiatown. I'm expected to tell you about my life history. And it's so difficult, starting from day 1 to year 87 years. It's too long. Don't you think so? Yes. I think we should cut it down. And from the time I was born to your age and stop there. Anyway, welcome to Sophiatown. I no longer live in Sophiatown, and you know why. I was born in an area called Pilgrim's Rest in the Eastern Transvaal, now called Mpumalanga, where the light comes from. That's the interpretation of that word, Mpumalanga. My parents, mother and father, never saw the classroom. They never went to school. There was no school in their area. There was no church. It was completely rural. How they met, I do not know. You know, they say love is blind. Anyway, they met wherever they met, and they got married. There's no marriage certificate. You know, we had a system called Lobola. So I suppose they paid Lobola. I don't know how many cattle, but those were the pounds and shillings they used at that time. I started schooling at St. Mary Magdalene School. It no longer exists because of what took place later on. I'll tell you about that. I started schooling there, and every Sunday I went to Sunday school, and we were taught by a lady called Sister Martha. We used to call her Mother Martha. Mother wanted to know, who are you, where do you stay, who are your parents, are they married, are they Christians? And all those questions were, I was unable to answer them because I was not able to do so. My mother and father were not Christians. I don't know what they were. Are they married? I didn't know. So I didn't answer those questions. So she decided to go home to meet my mother and find out what's happening. Good for her, because she then finally got them. I'm cutting things very short. She then finally got them to marry in church and civil marriage. signing papers by making a sign of a cross. What was good for me was that, hey, I was the flower girl. They do have a picture of that so-called marriage where I was, and I always look at it, you know, with a little ribbon. I thought, no, that was good. After that, I had to attend school now. VVLead introduced Bantu education. I could read and write with an understanding then. Bantu education was introduced by VVLead in Parliament. He wrote a memorandum, small book. There was about 4 lines, I think, which made me to leave teaching that day. I quote, to prepare a black man not to envy the green pastures of the white man. To prepare, Bantu education was to prepare a black man not to envy the green pastures of the white man. I packed my books and left school before 2 o'clock. It hurt me so much that I must teach those children to accept that the white man is superior to them for the rest of their life. I said, no, this is what I'm not going to accept. I packed my books and left. No notice, no resignation, nothing. I used a very bad word, they can go to hell. And I went home. I knew the sufferings at my home, but I was prepared to accept that. I left and stayed home, never went to school to teach from that day. After passing matric, the fathers and sisters sent me to college at Fort Hare. That's where I got the best education in politics, practical politics, not from books. That was 1951-52. We're in what we call the Defiance Campaign, to defy the unjust laws of this country, where blacks were treated like slaves in their own country. It was good to be in prison because you not only educate the people outside, the police need you. That's why we could form a branch in every police station in no time. So ladies, have no fear. Stand up and be counted. If you have to die for your rights, do so. Those who have died are not foolish. We are free today because many of our children have died. Some are buried in the fields of the Dutchmen. Some we don't know where they are. We are not yet free, by the way. We are politically free because we can vote. We are socially free because we can mix. Economically, we are not free. Therefore, don't sit on your laurels. Freedom is very far. We are still to fight to free ourselves. Power!
Bye.